Good afternoon. Welcome to our Institute of Global Professional Free webinar. Thank you all for joining and stay with us till the end. My lovely audience, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Badhundar. I am from Bangladesh. Dear audience, I am proud to be a associate with IGP as a global member. I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. It's my delight to welcome you all to our Institute of Global Professional Free webinar. Thank you all for joining with us and stay till the end. Institute of Global Professionals serves student and community resource providing holistic social work and education for create a competent generation. IGP is a leading on online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute provide social work with globally recognized. We organized our ordinary training offline online courses by best and trained speaker coaches from all over the world. Our mission is to empower people. We have already completed 1096 webinars successfully. Let's introduce with our speaker. Hello ma'am, how are you?
Hello, Namaste. I am Poonam Upadhyay from India, Mumbai, and I'm very fortunate and grateful to the Global Professional Institute for inviting me and always conducting such a wonderful sessions.
Thank you ma'am. You can start your presentation.
Yes. So before, as I share my presentation, let me
Okay. Mm, Hello ma'am, can you hear me? Hello ma'am.
am I audible now?
Yes ma'am, you are
There
audible.
is some. Okay. So before I go into the presentation, let me introduce myself and thank you for for the host for introducing me. I am Poonam Upadhyay. I am a holistic dietitian, naturopath, certified diabetic educator from Mumbai. I am founder of Tathastu Holistic Health. I work with women to create harmony between body, mind, and emotions. So, today, the topic which I have chosen and which we are going to discuss is creating harmony between how a woman can create harmony between the body, mind, and emotions. What we see as a body, as a woman, we see as a whole, or as an individual, we see that yes, this is the she's mom, she's housewife, she's homemaker, she's auntie, she's grandmother. But as a woman, the essence of woman, are we taking that with all us? That is the questionable thing, where we are losing the alignment with our own self. So today let's find it out. I have uh, my presentation is short, but yes, in each slide, I have lots to discuss, and all the people who are present can just come in the journey and join together and understand and also express their views. What do they think about the different stages of women or whatever slide we go through? Okay, so there should be somewhere where we are really learning and going ahead and understanding how we can bring that small change or how I can connect with my own self. uh, because majorly we lack there as a woman. we lack in that point. And I am sure that many of you will be agreeing to this point. So, as we say, each and every day for women might be a different stage. So, today I am a daughter, tomorrow I might be a daughter in law. I am a mother, tomorrow I might be a mother in law. So, this is how the life changes for women, and it is full of responsibility, right? And we have so much imbibed that thing into us that we have forgotten to live small small moments, and that connection is somewhere with our own self is lost because we are webbed in all the characters we play in our lifetime. So how is our journey starting? It starts from infancy, then to teenage, infancy, school going, teenage, then in teen, automatically we reach into the reproductive stage, but that it has a long journey where the hormones are fluctuating and you are getting attracted towards different sex, as well as getting accompanied or having that peer love, and you want to stay away from your parents. So that is one stage, and then comes reproductive stage. And what happens in reproductive stage after, as I said, women's role is so versatile like a water that it keeps on changing. So one teen is very repulsive, adamant, mood swings, anger, and another thing is where she's responsible, she is planning for the child, family planning for a new generation to come in, and taking all care for herself, to for her baby, and to entire family. So this is how reproduction stage starts, and then comes delivery, where a 9 month, three months trimester, the woman passes, and then uh, she has she has to deliver a beautiful child, because women are blessed to increase the progeny, to go ahead and take the generation ahead. So this reproductive system or stage help them to do that. So after delivery, they forget about themselves and start taking care of their child. And then afterwards comes the stage where again the child is infant, school, preschool, middle school, high school, and end nest stage. This one stage come where she's all alone, and that is also the stage where the period starts menarche, and there is the end of the menarche or periods menstruation, that is menopausal stage. So that also have different role: post menopausal, menopausal, premenopausal, menopausal, and postmenopausal stage. But today what we are going to discuss here is the up till reproductive stage, because it is so vast. And as I told you, our role in each and every stage is so versatile that it is impossible to cover at one go. Now, let's start with just a woman pregnant and then delivering, as we said. So, infancy, and school life. Let's, as a woman, as when she takes role of a girl, what are the consequences? So today here I am going to discuss about physical, mental, and emotional causes. All the three things which can be which is affecting us, and we don't realize because we are only focusing on physical aspect. But there are very different things which are revolving around it, and that's why as a woman when she grows up, the personality she develops depends on how is her child life, how is her infancy, how was her school life. So let's understand what can be the causes where the harmony between the mental, physical, and emotional level as an infant can be disturbed. Female genocide. So in majorly developing country, we can all go and visit. It is available in the different sites that how uh, we have that patriarchy society, and we are very much bothered about having a male progeny, or if we want to make or the generation ahead, so how can more male child come? So that is one mentality which is very prevalent in many developing countries. So female genocides is one of the major criteria. Though in each and every country, the government is working and statistics are getting better and better. But unless and until we don't understand and if we don't start working on it, it will still remain a problem. Then comes malnutrition. The mother is malnourished because she is overburdened with all the thing, all the aspects, and she has less time for herself. And during the pregnancy, taking self care is not done. So she is malnourished physically, malnourished emotionally, and mentally. How is it? So malnourishment is not having proper nutritious meal. So we should all have proper nutritious meal. And my friends, I think we all will agree and we all actually try to give it to ourselves and to our children. But if you see a woman, she will be feeding her family, her kids, her husband, and at the end she will look for her own nutrition. And somewhat sometime, and especially during the period of pregnancy, if proper care is not taken, so she can be malnourished. There are bodily changes which are occurring consistently, right? And during that time, suppose the child is malnourished, or it's not taking proper meal, the mother is breastfeeding, because 6 months we say that the child's health depends on mother's milk. So though the breast milk the child is getting enough, but the mother is malnourished, so definitely that malnourished will also pass on to the child, because all the nutrition, all the nourishment which the child is going to get is going to come from mother's milk. So if we see at the mother point, yes, there is malnourishment, and in the child, infant, malnourishment, fear uh, of how the body is changed. The body physically has already changed, okay? And then uh, that emotions are also passed towards the child. The mother is in fear, she's in fear where she thinks that how will she take care of her child, or fear is also passed to the child. And somewhere if mother is emotionally disturbed, if the mother is emotionally disturbed, automatically the cortisol, the stress hormone, is at raise. And if it is raised, the nourishment which should reach the body and provide all the nourishment, all the nutrients to the body will not be there. Though if the mother is well to do and eating all the food, but emotional or mental health is not okay, then definitely the malnourishment will come. Discrimination. So discrimination between male and female child. So when they go to school, we can see, uh, yeah, now I will say that there are lots of people where we are getting that knowledge, where we are equally treating our girls and boys. But there are some factors still very prevalent where we can see that there are still discrimination between the genders. So the schooling is not proper, the food is not proper. They are they need to struggle more. So this all things actually is somewhere impacting their physical health, because they are, as we saw, malnourishment, they are getting malnourished, as well as not only physical but also spiritual, mental and emotionally they are drained out, because they have that tendency, they have developed that tendency where they are adapting the thing that yes, we need to work hard, we need, for everything we need to work more. So that way it is affecting mentally and emotionally to the child. So now the child who was infant, school going, has come to a teenage. He has become a teenager. Oh my god. So teenage, new friends, everything at the race, top, teenage, puberty. And they have their own individual identity. They want to focus on that. They feel their ideas is right. They're full of energy, and peers influence is the most this time, and this is the time where they are free like bird, and they don't want to listen to anyone around, and parents especially and people, or the parents, whoever in the audience who will be parents will agree to this point, where yes, this is a fact, where you have a teens at home. I have 4 teens at my place. We live in a joint family, so every day is a new jolly ride for us. So now hormonal imbalances are on raise, okay, because the child is reached teenage, where they feel they are very much mature, they can take their own decisions, they can act on this, and they do not require any guidance or any adult supervision now for anything. So from smallest thing to biggest thing, they want to just stay and they want to behave in certain manner and stay in that way. For example, if you they want to go for late night movies, so that is their choice, so they feel that no one should tell them, or how to study, how to travel, whom to speak, whom not to speak, very minute things, but for them it is very big thing. And all this factor is affected, or this thing comes because the hormonal imbalances are there. And the child, now who was a child, is, the girl is, converting herself into a beautiful woman metamorphosis, where she is just enjoying the journey. So hormonal imbalances and individual journey, the girl is now getting that maturity and entering into her first stage of menarche, that is the first periods, where, or again, sh- the changes, where she will be converting into a woman, and soon will be reproducing. That stage comes. So physically, we know there are many changes. Sexual, secondary sexual characteristics develop, as well as, more of energy. So more of anxiety, more of aggression we can see in in the teen girls nowadays, because they feel that this thing should be this way only. So they are high of energy, and they just want to do it, that thing, that and that time only they want the result. So that is how it is. At that time you feel whatever you do, right or wrong, everything is right, you just have to move and do it. So peers has very important role here, right? So as puberty is there, there are many changes which uh, is there in them. Okay, so I will be discussing few of mental and emotional things here, because when they have periods, they have PMS, premenstrual syndrome, postmenstrual syndrome, and majorly that is one of the major reason where we, the disbalance of our hormone gets disturbed of body, mind and emotions. So what is PMS? PMS is premenstrual system syndrome. That means there are some hormonal changes happening in the body, and before your periods arises, oh, so sorry. Oh, just a second. Sorry. Before the system arises, you act in, sorry. So before you act in certain way, 1 2 weeks prior before your periods, where you have mood swings, you are very irritable. So that is one thing. But let's go through this hormonal changes, which I'm not going to go in depth because we are not speaking about biology or which hormone effects. But yes, in you know in very short brief we will go. So hypothalamus and pituitary are major glands. They release luteinizing and follicle stimulating hormones, both in male and female. So this puberty is not only there in a girl, but it is there in boys too. And that's why, both genders are attracted towards each other. You can see in teenagers, because maturity still is not there, but the changes are there. So now the woman, the estrogen is released, and where you know she's can reproduce, and this is what is very prominent during this time, right? And uh, that's why the eggs, now the eggs are developed, the uterus has the lining, to the linings are shed. So all these things are there. In women, you will see a major characteristic when the menarche, after menarche is broadening of hips, menstruation begins. So development of breast, uh, pubic and axillary hairs are grown. So all these things are there physically. So initially, as a teen, it is converting a girl converting into teen, where she is, it takes time for acceptance of that change which is happening in them. And you know what, so the behavior is changed. Emotionally, it takes lots of time to to understand and accept that fact, that yet emotionally also he has, there are some changes which are occurring in my body. And that way the change happens. And so there are some patterns which are built. You have acne, you look more into the mirror. We might remember in our teens, we were like that we were more into looking ourselves into mirror, how we look. We are more aware of our physical self. Physically, now this is a time where physically we are very much attentive, we take care of our body, but not of mental or physical health. We want to stay in certain manner, look in certain manner. And now, in the this era of Instagram, this has influenced a lot, where we are not the people internally, we are not satisfied, we are mentally uh, anxious, we are angry, but on the feed we want to show the best picture we have, and that's where all the problem arises. What are the behavior, emotional and behavioral symptoms? Tension, anxiety, because I have to project myself in certain way, right? And depressed mood swings, uh, food cravings. This is a time where you crave the most, and you are susceptible to eat all the junk around you, because, as we know, that peers influence is is lots in us. It's lots. uh, Insomnia, socially, either you are very active or you withdraw yourself. The concentration focus is poor, anger outburst, forgetfulness. And this is emotional and behavioral sign. Now if you see physical sign, so physically, joint and muscular pain, because there are changes happening, and to accept, we rely on this physical signs. Headache, fatigue. Now hormonal changes are there, so the weight changes, that all thing also will be there. Abdominal bloating, breast tenderness, cramp, acne flare up. So sometimes your skin might be clear and sometimes you have all the acne around, constipation, diarrhea. So this is the thing which affect them. Okay, and what happens? So they are under a lot of stress because many things are around the physical self. They don't sleep properly. We don't, at that is a time where we don't exercise properly, but we want to behave in certain manner, and many things occur in that way. And I think you all will agree to this emotional and behavioral symptom. So what are the things which we can do? So when we eat lots of junk food, okay, when we have lots of junks in our diet, too much sugar, you might be living in any region and having any food, but if it is more of processed food, if it is more of sugar for high in sugar or salt, and having all the chemicals, this PMS or this symptom syndrome will have imbalance in your mental, physical and emotional being. So sugar, salt, high sugar, high processed salt, all things will have negative impact on your body. And as a lady, as a teenage, I will not understand this fact because there is one hormone lupin, which is the hormone for satiety. And when we have more of processed food, it will actually suppress that satiety thing, and we always will be having the fear of having food. We will be always hungry though our stomach is full. The mind will always crave for something, so that's why craving increases. The craving increases, that's why after this periods, or after you teens, the people might have that either they become obese or overweight, the weight is heavy, or either they stop eating everything and they become like very thin. So what can be done? Sugar, you have to relax. You have to actually, because unless and until you don't relax yourself, it's not possible to have that clarity that what should be done and how it should be done. So, relaxation is a must where you are connecting with your own self and understanding what you want in your life, not running like a machine that yes, I need to do this, I need to do that because my friends are doing that. So, just write it down. What is happening, why it is happening. It is said that during the periods, ovulation, the emotions and behaviors are released, so that's why uh, the PMS is a symptom where you have lots of stored emotion and blockages in your body, which are the sign that you have to release all that things so that you harmonize it. So it can be only done when you relax. Relax means just not relaxing with your mobile, your TV, or having screen time, going for movie, with my friends. No, it means being with your own self and asking yourself, why is this thing bothering me so much? Why is my focus not happening? You can write it down. There might be some triggers in during the periods or during the menstruation time. There might be some triggers, or you might be angry at one point. So if you write down, you will have that clarity. Why should I do these processed food? Please avoid it. At least reduce the quantity and see the difference yourself. Also, and exercise. Physically try to be active, because there might be the time where you feel you don't need to work, you need to relax in the sense only sleep or take rest, but a small walk in the garden, a small walk, a brisk walk can help you to release your physical this imbalances, as well as emotional and Behavioral changes can also be managed to this. So there is very important point that you should relax. Now, these are the things, but vitamin B6, calcium, magnesium, all this thing will also help you to relax yourself. So include the things, fresh fruits, vegetables in your diet, whole grains, so that you will feel the changes yourself. So you can try it out and see if you're having lots of stress in your periods time. You can check this out. Oh, just a second. um okay, so I think uh, okay. uh Now we are moving ahead, where we are actually now understanding what happens when the teenage, you can say, gets married, and work on that. But I think this I'm just so what do you think? What do you think what might be happening at that stage? Let's discuss. I'm just So, as a woman, when she gets married, the teenage thing gets suppressed. There are different hormones which are active, and now maybe the phase has come where she is married, she is settled, and now they are planning ahead to move and to increase the progeny. So she for conception. Now, what happens during conception? What happens during the conception period? Can anyone tell me that what happens? So many things are arising. As a woman, she's independent, she's free, she's not having any worry, right? I have another presentation. I don't know why it's not coming. I'm just checking it out. By that time, I want all of you to just answer my question. So, lots of thoughts. What happened when you were pregnant or you wanted to uh, move ahead and start your own family? How will I handle this? How will we financially take care of all the things? Oh, yeah, I got it. So, bodily changes. So, initially, the physical self. So, as a teens, I was so much focused on my physical self. So, my physically, the things are not going to be the same. During delivery, three trimester, the body, abdomen will fully come. We are going to give birth to newborn. So, bodily changes will be there. Financially, now, if you are planning for new baby, the baby to come in, and so financially you have to be that much secure. So that stress is always there when you start for your baby. Constant fear. So after the pregnancies, there are, will I be able to take proper care of my little one? How will be my delivery? Or how will I pass this 9 month? The fear, constant worry is there. And somewhere at some phase, if we are physically more, you know, accountable to our own self, there is depression. So the conception is there, but each and every phase has something where we mentally it is affecting us so much. So reproduction and delivery is one of the major factors which all the women face, and I think the life take a u-turn or changes from there, where they accept and go within and understand that what they need to do. So do you all agree to this fact? So this is a woman who was now teens, has conceived, and she has crossed all the three trimesters with all the fear, all ups and downs, but having that positive approach. And finally, she delivers a child. And that is the best moment, because I think nothing can beat that moment when you hold your own child in your arms and you look at them, and you don't believe that, yeah, they are your child and it has come. So reproduction and delivery has one phase where physically changes, as we say, we all, it is visible mentally and emotionally. How is this change? So you need their support of your family members, where they are always guiding you, helping you out, because there, when a woman walks alone and then she is too many thoughts cross her, and then somewhere that depression, that fear is there, because we are always leading in our role. Suppose you are as a mother or as a wife, you feel that we have to give best to that role. So similarly, when it comes to motherhood, that is the greatest virtue, and the similar thought arises that how best I can do. But yes, we forget our own inner child, and we want to get cling to that role and behave in certain manner. So that's why this all bouts arises and it affects us. So due to that, after delivery, you have postpartum depression, because the bleeding is so much for 45 days. You have vaginal or C-section, which you have stitches, and the healing is there. The uterus, which has uh, expanded, is coming to its original shape. You have baby blues, which is not allowing you to come out of it. Sleepless nights, where you don't have proper sleep, and hormones, the progesterone was up because your baby was inside your belly and it was protecting it. Now the hormones are again fluctuating, changing. So postpartum depression is such a huge topic that if I speak about that, I think I can speak for an hour. But mentally, physically, we are not concerned about a woman's health. Physically, we do all the activities, but have we said, "Ki, yeah, it's all right"? It's, if you have become mother, it's not only the woman who has become mother. As a father, he should have that thing to say that yes, we both have become mother and father. We are parents, and we, it's the responsibility for of both of us to look to the little one as well as of the entire family. So these are the small things which can help, because too many of mental and physical trauma is there during that time, because physically also so much stress, so much trauma, the delivery, and as well as emotionally you feel disconnected, because you are always there with your baby. So before delivery, pregnancy, the bodily changes were there, where you had aches and pains throughout your night, throughout your 9 months, morning sickness, everything. But okay, it passed on. But what about this now, babies? I have to take care of baby, and it does not allow me. I'm not able to do this. How will I do this? Many things come in this role, and that's why you know so many problem arises and so many things are coming. And I think we all will agree who have passed into this phase that, oh, it was so difficult, it was so difficult to to understand, to accept as a mother. Sometimes we had that feeling of unconditional love. But sometimes we felt, how will this condition go ahead? So this is the thing. So how we can, sorry, so how we can move ahead? So postpartum depression is a thing where we have to work upon. Breastfeeding gives you utmost joy, helps to harmonize your balance. Self-care, full day you are busy, it's all right, but at least take 5 minutes, 10 minutes for your own self and do whatever you like. It might be listening to your favorite song, it might be just sleeping or taking a small nap when the baby is sleeping, or it might be putting your favorite nail paint, or just doing nothing, just enjoying your me time where you are with your own self. Very important fact where we forget. Okay, and having the meal, nutritious meal. So, what is happening in this causes, as I told you? So, newborn care is very big thing, and it is never ending, right? So, this lifestyle changes are very prominent, and when it is there, when you accept, and when you have the support of entire family, it becomes very easier. Okay, and financial, so you have isolation, you are isolated, you are only with your baby, and you have the social support is not there, you are disconnected with individual, because now the focus is only that baby. So eating pattern is disturbed, you have panic attacks. Oh, how will I survive? How will this go? how will I, when will I have a normal life? Then sometimes the child might behave in certain way, or he becomes sick, then the feeling of guiltiness or worthlessness is there. Sometimes the baby is not sleeping, sometimes, most of the times we can say, when it is the initial stage. So irritability, sadness, and then you cry that why me, I'm not a good mother. Concentration is poor now, decision making capacity is lowered, you are hurting yourself, or baby, that why this means, why is this happening, why I am not able to undergo this role properly as a mother. Now, is it true we all have suffered this? Now this is a time where we have to focus on our own self. It's all right, it happens. We are not someone who can do all the thing with perfection. No, it's all right, it happens with all of us. Just we have to accept that fact. Okay, so self-care, breastfeeding, having nutritious meal, which is fruits, grains, vegetable, good amount of protein, everything together, so that you have that phase where you are you physically you have that strength that you can easily undergo it. And very important point, and as I told, reduce junk food or more of sugar or salty food, processed food, because that also will fluctuate your hormones. And in all that aspect, one of the major facts which we need is acceptance. We have to accept that yes, these are the phases of the life. Suppose I was in nursery, I had some other things, other priorities. I was a teen, I had some other priorities. And this is the phase where I have, me and my husband, we have mutually decided to take care of newborn or become parents. So it is our responsibility. There will be changes in the life. So how will this? And I have to accept it. It might not be same, but yes, this is how it is. And when the acceptance come, sometime we might not sleep. Sometime we might get some hour to sleep. It is all right. But as we are so blessed that, or we have the gratitude that at least we are able to give birth to new progeny. So that way the acceptance should be there. So that accept if that acceptance come, then things will not be so difficult. So with this, we have to move ahead and harmonize our body, mind, and emotion. So women health, two aspect today we have covered. One is teenage and menstruating women, and one is conception and delivery, after delivery, post delivery, how we have to create the harmony in our body, mind, and emotions. We will be coming again where we will be discussing about pre menopausal, menopausal, and post menopausal women, how it is affecting and how we can balance that. For that, stay tuned and thank you for your time. I am really grateful to be part of this, and hopefully, I added some insights which will help you. Thank you so much. Thank you, IDYM. Thank you, the Institute of Global Professional, for always conducting such wonderful webinars. And thank you to my wonderful host.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Benini Dasji. Thank you.
And ma'am, it's time for our quiz session. After quiz session, we will come back again for our question answer session. So you have to wait for few minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am. Dear participant, to join our quiz session, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is IGP2. And the code is IGP2. We will start our quiz session after a short video. Let's enjoy our quiz session. Due to Due to insufficient participant, we are not going to continue our quiz session from 1st January 2013, but we promise we will back soon with we will back soon with new quiz session in our website. Yes, sir. আমি কি বলছি আমি নিজেও ভুলে গেছি মানে কুইজ নিয়ে আসবো আর কি এই জন্য তাহলে কি বলতাম দাঁড়ান এটা আমি আচ্ছা কুইজটা আগে শেষ করি তারপর এখন নাহলে ওইদিকে ব্রেন স্ট্রম করলে এখানে ভুল করে ফেললাম আচ্ছা আচ্ছা নাই বা বলবো এত প্যারা যেটা বলছিলাম ডিউরিং আনসাফিসিয়েন্ট পার্টিসিপেন্ট অপর্যাপ্ত পার্টিসিপেন্টের জন্য আমরা 1 তারিখ থেকে এই থেকে তো সবার শেষে বলতে হবে লাইনটা কুইজ সেশনের পর বলতে হবে মানে সেশনের পরে বললে অনেক ভালো হয় তাহলে এখন কামব্যাক না বলে কি বলা যায় ওখানে এবার বলি কুইজ শুরুর সময় একবার বলবো কারণ ওই সময় সবাই শুনবে তারপরে শেষ একবার আরেকবার প্রোগ্রাম শেষ হওয়ার পরে মানে হচ্ছে যে কুইজের আগে বলবেন আর হচ্ছে বিদায়ের Dear participant, to join our quiz session, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is IGP2. And the code is IGP2. We will pick your name from Slido, so join with your full name, which will directly print a certificate. Top 10 will be awarded with quiz completion certificate. We will start our quiz session after 5 minutes. So mention your friend to join our quiz session. Already 26 people join with us for our afternoon quiz session.
একটু পাঠাইতেন না হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ বা কোথাও।
Dear participant, to join our quiz session, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is IGP2. And the code is IGP2. Already 36 people joined with us. We will start our quiz session after 2 minutes. So please mention your friend to join our quiz session. Dear participant, to join our quiz session, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is IGP2. And the code is IGP2.
এটা কি এটা 3 সেকশনে মেলা দিছে 3 সেকশন। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ভালো মোটামুটি ভালো করছে আমি ম্যাথ ম্যাথ করে আইছি। হ্যাঁ পুরো বেকার আমি এখন কিভাবে টাইম দিতাম দেখেন আমি 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 বুঝতেছি না যে আমার বুঝতে পারছি আমি টাইম এখন আমার থেকে হচ্ছে নাই আমি থাকলে অবশ্যই পড়াইতাম সব থাকলে তো পড়াইতাম আচ্ছা আমি দেখি আমি
Participants, let's start our quiz session. Our first question is creating a family health history helps a person by listening. Option 1, decrease and conditions that run in the family. Option 2, traditional cuisine. Option 1, diseases and conditions that run in the family. Option 2, traditional cuisine.
অনেক ভালো করছে হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে সমস্যা নেই আমি
Option 1, diseases and conditions that run in the family is the right answer, and 94% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlene is holding the first position after completing our first question. Our second question is, health can be defined as option 1, the opposite of illness. Option 2, a state of physical, mental, and social well-being. Option 1, the opposite of illness. Option 2, a state of physical, mental, and social well-being. Option 2, a state of physical, mental, and social well-being is the right answer, and 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlene is holding the first position. Our third question is, the socioculture determinants of health are option 1, media, culture, PIPs. Option 2, religion, education, income. The socioculture determinants of health are media, culture, PIPs. Option 2, religion, education, income. Option 1, media, culture, PIPs is the right answer, and 40% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlene is holding the first position after completing our third question. Our fourth question is, the reproductive health test women should have each year that examines cells from her cervix. Option 1, pelvic examination. Option 2, pap smear. Option 2, pap smear is the right answer, and 58% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Janarian is holding the first position after completing our fourth question. Our fifth question is, which of the following are all dimensions of health? Option 1, social, physical, economic. Option 2, ritual, physical, emotional. Option 1, social, physical, economic. Option 2, spiritual, physical, emotional. Option 2, spiritual, physical, emotional is the right answer, and 69% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Carol is holding the first position after completing our fifth question. Our sixth question is, a cardiologist is interested in the health of our option 1, heart. Option 2, lungs. Option 1, heart. Option 2, lungs. Option 1, heart is the right answer, and 87% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Carol is holding the first position after completing the sixth question. Our seventh question is, pregnant women should not exercise at all during pregnancy. Option 1, true. Option 2, false. Pregnant women should not exercise at all during pregnancy. Option 1, true. Option 2, false. Option 2, false is the right answer, and 95% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Kingvi is holding the first position after completing our seventh question. Our eighth question is, viewing health as a social construct means option 1, an individual's health is their own responsibility. Option 2, recognizing the social influence on health. Option 2, recognize the social influence on health is the right answer, and 53% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Kiwi is holding the first position after completing the 8th question. Our ninth question is, which of the following are all modifiable health determinants? Option 1, gender, age, heredity. Option 2, employment, knowledge, diet. Option 1, gender, age, heredity. Option 2, employment, knowledge, diet. Option 2, employment, knowledge, diet is the right answer, and 37% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Kingwei is holding the first position after completing our ninth question. Our last and final question of this session. Individual factors which influence health are option 1, peers, family, and media. Option 2, knowledge, skill, and attitude. Hmm. Option 2, knowledge, skill, and attitudes is the right answer, and 50% people are right here. Congratulations, top 10 today quiz competition winner. We have all of your name which you during enter joining. We will pick your name and prepare certificate and will post them to our Facebook official page and group. Our Facebook official page is Institute of Global Professional. Dear participant, now we will go for our question answer session. After a short video, we will enjoy our question answer session. পাইছেন ব্যাড কমেন্ট ব্যাড কমেন্ট করতেছেন না পান নাই
এটা পাচ্ছি না আমি ফেসবুকে আমি
আপনি জানেন
মানে ডিলিট করে
বাটসুল হ্যাঁ কি বাট
বাট সুন শীঘ্রই উই উইল স্টার্ট
আমারটা বলার পর এটা বলতাম
না আপনি এটা বলেন না যে উইল কাম ব্যাক, তাহলে মনে করবে যে আপনি আবার কুইজ সেশন আবার পরে দিয়ে শুরু করবেন।
হ্যাঁ করবো না ওয়েবসাইটের মাধ্যমে
ওটা তো ওয়েবসাইটে, ওটা তো এরকম এখানে স্লাইড দিয়ে হবে না।
তো ওটা কে করবে তখন কুইজ সেশনটা
ওয়েবসাইটে কখন কিভাবে দিন সেটা বলবেন না।
তাহলে দাঁড়ান আমি তাহলে লাইনটা সাজাইনি ফ্রম 2023 পর্যন্ত রাখবো ঠিক আছে 2023 পর্যন্ত রাখার পর বলবো যে বাট এবার দেখেন সাজাইছি আমি দেখেন দেখেন এবার এবার ঠিক আছে কিনা দেখেন আবার দিছি আপনাকে insufficient or sufficient lyrics হচ্ছে এখনো কোশ্চেন আনসার বাকি hello ma'am welcome back
Thank you.
participants are requested to ask their question in the comment box our speaker ma'am is here to answer your questions okay ma'am our first question is from Jordan Joy good day ma'am how can a woman control her emotions
Yeah, thank you, Georgian, for the question. But we already covered this in our presentation. So the thing is, first she has to accept that what things are going on. As a woman, what happens? Uh, if you see today, to have covered very basic things, the emotions we are unable to express because we don't accept at one point, and due to that, we get susceptible to many diseases around us. If you see, observe that women are more susceptible and are more prone to the diseases, right? So first thing is acceptance. Second thing is, if you are accepting, so now you have to understand that which emotion is actually affecting you at that moment, and which is bothering you a lot. Because as we don't express it out, it is always revolving around in our head. We always speak, so you can write it down. Ki what are, why is this thing? Suppose you are angry, or there is very strong emotion which is, you can actually relate to it. Ki this is happening to you, so you can write it down and then contemplate on this, that why this thing is there and what you can do. So once, as a woman, you have that power, that yes, you have the capability of resolving it. We always feel that we have to take validation from others. So once we accept that thing, we work upon it, what thing is bothering us, and then we don't we when we understand we don't need validation from others, automatically the emotions will be in balance, so it will be in harmony. This is what I want to say about emotion and women, because it has a long connection.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Our next question is, good day, ma'am. How do you view health as a social construct? I don't really get the concept.
Okay, so health is a social construct because uh, we are only seeing the physical dimensions to access our health. So that is not true. When we look holistically, there is all the aspects, 7 areas of life which we need to cover, like mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, social, financial, environmental. So the 7 areas of life make a person a person. So it's body, mind, and emotion. All things are constructively working for yourself, not only the physical self. So this is not a concept. This is the reality which we need to understand and work upon it, so that we don't face the side effects afterwards, when we only understand one aspect of life and work on only one thing. As we have four wheels of the car, so if one wheel is not there, three wheels you can manage to go, but that will not be in balance. So similar is our health. We have to take care of all the aspects for a proper balance. So this is the concept, and I hope I have tried to keep it very simple, and you understand, you got the gist of it.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. Again, I have a question from Jordan. Good day, ma'am. What is the best way to stay emotionally healthy?
The best way to, as this is the same related to what you asked earlier. So, emotionally healthy is, as I answered, there are 7 areas of life. And as a person, suppose if you are doing for your own self, just sit down and just take a pen and paper and write down 10 in the 7 areas, like physical, mental, emotional. Give yourself marks from 1 to 10. Where do you stand? Okay. Suppose physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, I'm taking 4 aspects for now. And then physically, you are not working out, you have some issues. And you give yourself less marks in all that 7 areas. Then you have to find out which area you are not taking proper care, or you are not finding out. So that area, suppose it comes as physical or emotional or social, whatever it is. So how can I improve that area? So once you start working on that area, so you can keep a target for yourself, that for a week or for 2 weeks, if this area is, I have to work upon, because I've got scored very less marks there, so I will work on this area. So the connection with your own self, and understanding that where you need to work upon, and it will come from your own insight only within that, where which area you need to work. and work that way. And having that relaxed time where you are connected with your own self, writing down physical activity, that all thing will actually fuel it up so that you are emotionally, you know motivated and emotionally healthy. The emotions, as I told you, as we discussed earlier, that we actually suppress our emotion. We have There are two way where we express ourselves, and in that two way all the emotions are covered. One is fear based. It's majorly, if you see, so if I am doing my studies or if I'm working, I have fear that I might be financially I will be dependent on someone. That's why I'm working. So the result which you will get will be fear based. But if you are having that unconditional love or love based approach, where you are working because you love that thing or you are passionately doing it, so definitely you will be emotionally healthy and you will understand that fact. So that way, you have to question yourself. We are not machines, we are human beings, and these emotions affect us. If you see, the this molecule of emotion, the book is there, where the author has mentioned that how emotions drives us. So emotion are the part of our body, and we have to accept this if we have to have all round development. So this is how we can stay emotionally healthy.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is from Carol. Greetings, ma'am. How can we increase our tolerance in handling negativities?
We can increase our tolerance by becoming emotionally positive. So when we attract the when we are emotionally strong, mentally strong, physically strong, when everything is aligned in one row, suppose this all thing is properly aligned, the blood flow is proper. But suppose I have a fracture, of course the pain will be there, and it will not be of that ease as it is now, right? So similarly, positivity and negativity are the two aspects. So if we are aligning ourselves, first we have to be our base should be strong. We should be strong enough that we are taking care of ourselves. We know where are we standing out. And then comes that what are you looking out for. Like as I told you, we either operate from fear based or love based. So now if I tell that I have to tolerate, I have to increase my susceptibility to handling negativity, means again I am operating from fear based judgment. I am fearful that I am unable to handle my negativity. So I have to change my approach, where I have to look that how I can increase the positivity around me so that the negativity doesn't affect me. So that way, slowly, steadily, small steps we have to think and change the perspective towards our own life. And you will see a drastic change when you change this perspective, where you are not operating from fear base. So that way, we have to we have to shift our emotions towards positivity. So this is what I feel like.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your
Thank you,
answers. Ma'am, I think there is no more
Carol.
question from our participant. So on behalf of IGP, thank you so much, ma'am. It has very wonderful session. I hope everyone learned from your presentations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really grateful once again to the Institute of Global Professional, as well as to the wonderful host who is Bandhan Das ji, who has beautifully taken us to this journey. Thank you so much.
Dear participant, it's time to give you your webinar code. Our today's topic is Women Health Creative Harmonic in Body, Mind, and Emotion. The code is IGP 9507. The code is IGP 9507. Without code, no one is eligible for certificate. With code, you can claim your certificate anytime. Dear participants, due to insufficient participants, we are not continuing our quiz session from 1st January 2013. But soon, we will start our quiz session in our website. Thank you so much everyone for your active participation. See you again in our next session. Till that, stay happy. Once again, I am Bagundas from Bangladesh.
এগুলোর কথা কাম ব্যাক ইভেন্ট, তারা বলবো যে আমার মাসে